Hey, everybody, how you doing? Well, that's good. Welcome to the PHLY Flyers Pregame Show presented by Coors Light. Visit CoorsLight.com/PHLY Hockey to get Coors Light delivered or to find a store near you. My name is Bill Matz. I'm your Director of Fun and Games for the afternoon. Joining me on this beautiful Black Friday, Orange and Black Friday.
Orange and Black Friday, William. I like it.
It is Broad Street Hockey's own Kelly Hinkle. What's going on today, Hinks?
How's it going?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh,
yes.
look at us, Jinx.
Yeah.
All right.
How was your holiday?
It was great. I ate entirely too much food. I hung out with my Italian nieces. It's a good day.
Outstanding. And everyone knows today, now that all the eating's over, it's time to buy stuff. You can buy stuff at allphly.com. Just hit that merch tab. And guess what? 30% off everything today. It's Black Friday. Go check it out. I highly recommend the Flyers gear. Help keep Charlie and I in diamonds and furs. We all know how bougie Charlie is.
Charlie is so bougie.
He needs the money to maintain that first-class lifestyle.
He's become accustomed to a certain level.
Yes.
Of bouge, and it requires you people buying shirts.
Yeah.
So please.
Those Ivy League elite journalists, you know how they are.
You know how they are. Yeah.
Anyway, we have hockey action down at the Wells Fargo Center today, Hinkle.
Yeah.
Flyers Rangers, a Black Friday tradition it has become. Didn't they used to do this at like 11?
It was at least noon.
Like it was a weird early time, right?
It was definitely earlier than 1.
Now it's just like a regular time.
Yeah, it's a regular
and that's fine.
Game.
But I'm looking forward to this one for a number of reasons. Number one, it's Michkov against elite Russians.
We like that.
He always beats them.
Because he's better than all of them.
And it looks like we're going to have no lineup changes today, except for the goaltender. It's going to be Ivan Fedotov. I kind of thought we should go with it doesn't matter because it's a back-to-back.
Yeah.
But after Kolosov's last game, it was like, all right, let's see. Maybe give him a little something here. But I do like the one-for-one rotation.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just ping-pong back and forth. Other than that, lineup remains the same. Michkov is going to be out there with Frost and Tippett.
We like it.
That's been working a little bit. Morgan Frost has actually been pretty good.
I was laughing out loud alone in my apartment watching the last game because you were like, it's going to happen. He's going to start soon. Like, now's the time. Now's Morgan Frost going to start playing hockey.
This is what happens every year. I really do think. Yeah. I really do think there's something to him being named Frost and not getting going until it gets cold.
He's got to ease in. He's got to warm up.
It's like you got to...
He's got a long preseason.
Yeah, his preseason is about 25 games.
That's fine.
He's actually getting started a little earlier than usual.
Yeah, he's improving. You like to see it.
Sub 20 games for him, and he's starting to get going. It's usually about 20, 25. Bad. Here we go. It's Morgan Frost time, and that's great because I want to see him and Michkov actually do some stuff.
I mean, I'm certainly not going to be mad about it.
Yeah.
If this is what Morgan Frost is going to be for us until he's gone at the end of the season, then that's fine. I'll take it. Because the last game, he looked pretty good.
He did. He was
real good.
Charlie got to do pre and post game last game. And so he was singing the praises of Morgan Frost.
Wow.
Pretty strong. And like you just said, I don't expect Morgan Frost to be here in the future being beyond July 5th.
Seems unlikely.
That's just the date I've put in my head.
July 5th.
I'm giving Danny Briere from whatever the present day is till July 5th to make some things happen.
Okay.
Sooner than later would be nice.
Yeah.
But like Morgan Frost, that's a off-season thing. Unless you're getting a replacement center, because this team has no skilled centers.
That's the problem. You can't really trade him ahead of the end of the season.
No.
Because you don't have a warm body
like
to
a winger, Ristolainen, something like that. That can be done because you have so many of those things. But no centers.
No.
Or as Charlie says, just none who do what he does. He doesn't like when I say they have no centers. But
well,
it's like
correct.
they don't.
They don't have any centers.
No. Like
they don't.
Cates and Lawton are both better on the wing.
They're both wingers. Like, we've all accepted it. They're both wingers.
Ryan Poehling is a really good fourth liner.
He's a fourth liner.
But that's it.
Morgan Frost is a 3C. Sean Couturier is fighting for his life out there. He's doing his best.
You know what?
He's looking pretty good.
Goals in 3 straight. Sean Couturier is doing his thing right now.
Yeah, he's looking like Sean Couturier.
I don't expect it to... There was a point where he was playing well, and it was like, but he's not scoring. Now the goals are starting to go in. It's evening out. It's just like, I need him to sort of maintain this level. I don't need him to be awesome. I just need him to be good, and it looks sustainable for like 4 years from now.
Yeah.
Because that's really what matters. It's a good thing we're seeing it right now.
Yeah.
But it's what this team's going to be. What do you make of all these trade rumors that we're hearing, though, with whether it's Morgan Frost, Joel Farabee, Risto?
I'm liking this Jiricek rumor that's kicking around. That's fun. That's spicy.
That's always a good thing.
Because if you think about it, and like, I know this is a pregame, but we never get to do real shows anymore.
No, that's why I'm just turning our shows this week into just me getting to talk about what I want to talk about, because we've had nothing but pre and post games. Like
this Jiricek move, I'm not like expecting the Flyers to be the team that make this move, but if they did, it would be cool, because I feel like these are the kinds of moves that Danny's got to do and win. Like these sort of reclamation projects, but not really, because he's like not bad. He just doesn't seem to be working out there.
Yeah, I worry that like Columbus is a team that since they got rid of John Tortorella, they've been looking to replicate the accountability of John Tortorella. It's what led to the whole Mike Babcock disaster and everything. And they're trying to like Tortorella, David Jiricek without actually having the guy.
Yeah.
And like maybe the Flyers are just better off and it'll work because they like have Bradshaw.
Right.
So like maybe it's, you can scratch him and stuff, but you're not actually coaching him up.
Yeah.
So it's not working. Maybe it would work here, but I do worry like he has to earn his ice time. Well, that's how John Tortorella feels too.
Yeah.
But I do want to go get these guys. These are like you said, these are the sorts of players, like take the risk.
Right.
If the risk doesn't work, so be it.
Because you have to think that like getting a guy like Jiricek in this situation, you're going to get him way cheaper than you would in any other situation. So like you take the risk, you hope that the wizard that we have in Bradshaw can turn him into what everyone thought he was going to be, and maybe you win one. So it would be super cool if they made that move. I don't know if they will, but it would be fun. And then also the Risto rumors are awesome because he looks great.
Yes.
So like if you can offload him at this high point, because like it could fall apart at any moment. Like let's be real. My
biggest My biggest thing is I want to, while I'm getting like Morgan Frost, it's an off-season thing, and chances are Risto, if he's going to get traded, it's not till closer to the deadline.
Probably.
But I was saying this to Charlie. Risto has missed 30% of his games as a Flyer. Forget about him starting to play bad. He gets hurt all the time.
That's true.
I want to trade him before he gets hurt, and then we cannot trade him, and we're right back to where we were.
And there seem to be a number of rumors that suggest that teams are looking for defensemen right now. And like Nashville said, they're looking for a defenseman with term. Hello.
Yes.
We have that.
There are.
Would you like ours?
It's funny because last year we saw Zadorov get traded. Yeah. We saw Tanev get traded. Now all those guys, like they were pending free agents. Now all those guys are signed. So you just make your way down the list. It's like, well, there's a big one.
There's a big one.
There's a big one. He's actually good at defense.
He looks real good.
And he's moving the puck a little bit now. He's being aggressive. He's got assists in 3 straight games.
Yeah.
I really like this because if nothing else, like, the cap space is nice, and maybe if they can clear the whole $5.1 million, cool. I doubt it.
I think you could. I don't know. I think you could.
I would rather cover some to get a better return.
All right.
But if there's, if someone's like, we have the money, we'll do it.
All right.
Sure. Absolutely. But I just want to open up this log jam a little bit. Like we're seeing right now, guys get hurt. You're not going to have 8 healthy defensemen probably. Jamie Drysdale's still not back.
Yeah.
Lineup remains the same, as Jackie Spiegel tweeted. Like, it's not an issue right now, but having all these defensemen, like you're going to want to get Zamula back in. You need to clear up some space. The winger thing, the center thing, maybe those are down the line problems, but the defense,
it's a problem.
You can do that anytime.
We somehow have ended up with like too many good defensemen. I mean, like good, like relatively good, like good for this team.
NHL players.
Like we have too many top 6 defensemen than we can fit. And that's a good problem to have. But also, like, this isn't the team, right?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't the team that we're going to be rooting for in the playoffs. So, like, I want to see some, like, let's get going. I want to start seeing, like, what it's going to look like. And he's got to make moves.
I know Charlie sometimes gets on us, like, you just want the things to happen and you want stuff.
Yeah, Charlie.
It's like, but like, when does, like, it has to happen eventually.
You are correct, Charles. I want stuff to happen.
Like, you look at this team
Is this
and, like,
bad? I don't understand. Is this a criticism?
It's what makes the Jiricek, like, yeah, go take that risk.
Right.
Because, like you just said, this isn't going to be the team that contends for a cup. It's very obvious.
Some of them, yes.
Yeah, some
Most
of them,
no.
But it's very obvious. And with John Tortorella and the way this team is deciding to rebuild, those difference makers aren't just going to be dropped in our laps via a lottery in all likelihood. So you have to go do stuff eventually.
Got to do stuff.
Like, especially when it's for a 6th overall pick in 2022. Yeah, go do it. But I'm hoping some things start to loosen up soon and we start to see some changes. One change I don't want to see, though, it's how Michkov, it's how Matvei Michkov performs against other elite Russians. And that takes us to the pregame pick segment. It's brought to you by Bet365. Use code PHLY365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Pennsylvania. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Yeah, we're going with all the Mish props tonight.
Yes.
Listen,
this is the move.
3 points in 2 games against Ovechkin. 2-point game against Kaprizov. He didn't get the chance against Vasilevsky and Kucherov. Thanks a lot, Torts. But it's Panarin and Shesterkin tonight. Today. So we're going with that Michkov anytime goal plus 250. And just because I don't want to get burned when he has 2 assists and no goals, Michkov over half a point minus 110.
That seems like a
We're going with Mish today. I mean, it's Black Friday. It's kind of a premier game. Maybe we're stretching that a little, but it's not like a normal game.
Do you think that he does well against Russians because he can actually, like, talk smack to them?
I wonder. He seems to like
to mix it up.
He seems to be pissing off everybody in a bunch of different languages.
Yeah. So, like, I feel like because he can only have, like, so many things he's learned from Travis Konechny to say to the, like, Canadian guys. So I feel like he can, like, really get some digs in on Artemi Panarin. He probably really likes that.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it just gets him going.
Yeah, maybe.
He's a rat. I kind of like it.
He is definitely not just like the like the cliche Russian, like perimeter player. I'm going to rip one-timers and cherry pick, and that's all I'm going to, like, he mixes it up, man.
He does.
He's a lot more like Ovi and Malkin in that way.
I like it.
So I definitely think that's part of it. And I think he just likes to show them, like, yeah, man, I'm next.
Yes.
Like Panarin, Shesterkin, you guys are already legends.
Yep.
I'm the next one. Like, that's going to be him. And that's dope. And if
it is,
maybe you want to support that, check out a Mad Russian hoodie. 30% off right now.
It's a big
we also
discount.
have it in T-shirts. That's
good hoodie weather, though.
It's store.allcity.com is the actual website. I just tell people to go to all PHLY and click merch.
Merch, yeah.
There is an actual website. You can check it out. Yeah, store.allcitynetwork.com. Check out the sale. Things like the beautiful Mad Russian hoodie available. You want to support Mish? Maybe you don't want to do it with gambling. Do it with some merch. Mish merch.
Mish merch.
I'm not selling anything else. Just Michkov stuff today.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that brings us to these Rangers, Hinkle.
All right.
Does this rivalry mean anything to you?
So I'm going to tell you
There are people who are like, I hate the Rangers.
So I'm going to tell you why
I hate New York.
So it's been hard for me to, like, actively really hate another hockey team over the last 4 or 5 years because the Flyers have been too bad.
I only have so much hate in my heart, and I need it for my team.
I'm hating the Flyers right now because they're not good enough for me to hate another team. Eventually, we'll get back there, back to, the Pittsburgh days, whatever. Yeah. I hate the Rangers because Rangers fans invade our building now. That makes me hate them so much. The reason that I want them to win this game is because I'm expecting it to be like a solid 50% Rangers jerseys in that building today, which A, is disgusting to me and a travesty. All of you need to start going to games. 2, I want all of them to regret the money that they spent coming down here. I want them to leave feeling bad. I want them to be mad that they spent $300 on tickets and $100 on beers and food. I want them to be mad when they leave our building. So the Flyers need to win this game for that reason. It's not so much the Rangers themselves, but like the situation just makes me really get up for these games. Like I really need the Flyers to win this one.
Yeah, I would. I guess that's really what it comes down to. Like they come here and I don't like that.
I don't like it. Go back there. But go to the train station.
We've really never run into each other. Like the 97 East Final, sure. Like that, I mean, my God, that team was old. Like Gretzky, they basically rebuilt the Oilers from a decade prior.
Right.
And we're like, okay. And like we were not adults then.
No.
And like 2014, it was like, yeah, the Flyers are going to lose this series. Yeah. And honestly, like pushing it to 7 was decent.
Pretty good, yeah.
Like it was a good series and everything. But other than that, we just hasn't been there. Like
couple
of last day of the season, like Giroux in 2010, the whole shootout and everything. And Giroux's hat trick, what was that, 2018?
His MVP season.
Yeah, the year he should have been MVP, one of those two.
Yeah.
Right. He's got 2 in my mind that he won.
100%.
Like, yeah, it was, 11, 12, and 17, 18.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Those were Giroux's MVP years. Anyway, but like other than that, there just haven't been those like big moments against them.
The teams haven't been matching
2 decades.
up. Yeah, they haven't matched up like quality-wise. When the Flyers have been good, the Rangers have not been that good. The Flyers haven't been good that often over the last decade. So there just really hasn't been. Yeah, it's. I understand why, especially like fans our age, don't like the Rangers. For me, it's more the Penguins is like the historical team that I hate,
and the Devils.
And the Devils,
like that's the thing is the Devils and Flyers matched up every year,
all the time.
It was
constant. Now the stupid Devils are good again, which makes me get back to hating them. But yeah, this rivalry for me is more between the fans, and so like the Flyers need to like do us a solid in this case and win the game.
No, because these are Giants fans, these are Knicks fans. Like they're just New York fans, and we don't like that.
We don't like that.
But really, like the Rangers, I don't know. I just never have really hated them the way I do other rivals.
Not as much as the Pens and the Devils.
No, definitely not. And the Rangers come in. They're in weird spot right now. They're 12-8-1. They're currently in the top wild card spot in the East. They're not even top 3 in the division.
Not what you would have expected.
All 12 wins are in regulation, which is something. But they've lost 4 straight. And suddenly, we're seeing like trade rumors come out of there. And it's Kreider and Trouba. Like, those are the names Elliot Friedman threw out the other day. Now, Jacob Trouba, they've been trying to trade him for like a year and a half. That's not shocking. They just can't because he has like trade protection.
And also, he's going to kill someone on the ice at some point.
He may.
So another team probably doesn't want to like have to deal with all that paperwork. So they're not going to trade for Jacob Trouba and his contract. But Chris Kreider is interesting just because like Zibanejad and Kreider have been like the core of that team for so long.
Forever. 2012-13, the lockout year was his first season with the Rangers. And he's now 33. He averages like 40 goals a year over the last 3 years. It's not like he's declining with age. At least he hasn't until this point.
This year has not been great, but he's been good up till now.
This year, 19 games, 9 goals, no assists.
No assists is wild.
No, like
I'm always impressed when guys have 0 assists because it's like you didn't like accidentally pass it to someone.
He's
like
playing like 17 and a half minutes a game. And like there's some really good players on this team, but no, not a single assist.
Always like the wildest stat to me because I
like
don't
a rebound that someone else put in?
Nothing.
That doesn't seem possible.
No, you didn't like clear the defensive zone to a guy who then passed it. Like nothing.
Like Ristolainen has 3 straight games with an assist.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem possible.
No.
But that said, like we should probably add Chris Kreider like 2+ assists today.
He will have an assist today.
Yeah, 100%.
And also they've lost 4 straight. I don't like that.
No.
That doesn't feel good to me.
What, are they going to lose 5 in a row?
I know. Yeah. You know how the Flyers love to end a streak for somebody else.
Yeah, so it's going to be – it's always a fun game this day, but just weird stuff going on with the Rangers.
Yeah.
When you see Chris Kreider, because me and Charlie talked about this with like Tyson Forster's name suddenly popped up. And maybe just like someone called and listen, I would be, if I was another GM and I'm looking at the Flyers and all the wingers they have, right wingers especially, some young guys underperforming or at least not meeting our expectations. Yeah. Why not call about the one who I think might be the best?
Exactly. Try to lowball like we're going to try to do with everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, that's your job.
But we kind of said, when I see Forster's name pop, like, yeah, Morgan Frost, of course.
Yeah.
Joel Farabee, we've been talking about that for 2 years. Yeah. This all makes sense. Ristolainen, yeah, he's 30 and he's never been in the playoffs. Makes sense. Seems like a message-sending thing to Forster. Like, maybe you're not as much a part of this as you thought, kid. Maybe pick it up. And that's what I'm thinking with Kreider, too. Like, I guess if you could get rid of him in his contract, you'd do it.
Yeah.
But they're a win-now team. Maybe they're trying to free up money because Shesterkin's contract, but to me, it's more just like, bro, you got to get it going here more than anything.
Worked for Travis Sanheim.
It absolutely did. if we were doing our thankful lists.
Yeah.
Torrey Krug.
Thank you, Torrey Krug.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you,
really,
Kevin Hayes.
Really appreciate it.
Always going
Kevin
to appreciate
Hayes.
your service.
That is very, very. What a ridiculous turn of events. Like, he's traded.
Flyers.
Oh, no, he's not. And now he's really good. He's going to play for Team Canada.
Yeah.
Something like oh, yeah, maybe.
100% turnaround.
When we first started talking about that tournament, it was like, yeah, I mean, maybe Konechny has a chance. He kills penalties. He does score a lot. Like, you could theoretically like see him on a third or fourth line role, and it would make sense.
Yeah.
But no one had, even after a good season last year, I don't think anyone was like, oh yeah, Travis Sanheim.
Oh no.
And now it's
seems like a lot.
I don't know if they can keep him off. Like, they're talking about it so much, and not just like, yes, of course we're talking about it. JJ's going to talk about it, but Tortorella. Hockey men believe what he says.
Yeah, I know.
He's respected throughout the league.
He is.
And now you have like the Elliot Friedmans and like the national reporters saying, oh, Travis Sanheim has a chance. This isn't, I keep saying, like, this isn't Belarus. Like, oh, you're in the NHL. You're on the team.
Right.
Like, this is Canada.
It's Canada.
Like,
they have a deep pool.
They can pick pretty much anyone. I was just
90% of the league.
Have you heard?
Is on the table.
So Jeff Marek has the new show coming out.
Does he? I love that for him.
And he's like now like just dropping some like long form interviews. Mm-hmm. It's called On the Sheet.
Okay.
And one came on like right before I walked in the building today, and it's the whoever runs Hockey Canada now. It's a woman he was going to interview, and he's like, this person runs Hockey Canada, which obviously makes her, and completely serious when he said it, one of the most important people in the country. And I was like, you know what? That's true.
Some
and it's
would
really,
argue
really funny.
More important than the PM. I can guarantee you that more Canadians care about her decisions than they care about Trudeau's.
That's we were talking about the goalie situation when I had JP on, and like the goalie situation for Team Canada. I was like, dude, a couple of years ago, they had like a national summit. Like, we sit here and argue about healthcare and gun control, and they're like, why aren't we making goalies anymore? Why aren't we making goalies anymore?
It is a problem.
What are the Russians doing?
Yeah.
And like, what a hilarious, awesome place.
It's the best place.
But now, like, Travis Sanheim. Yeah, of course he's going to represent that country.
That's right.
It just seems so funny.
He's elite.
Like, a year ago, that would be a laughable thing to say. Oh. And he got off to a really good start, but like...
Some would say most improved on the team.
How fun would that be?
I need it to
3
happen.
in a row, most improved.
The team votes on that, right? Yeah, Flyers, if you're listening.
It is a team award, and
you have the opportunity.
Charlie told me that the guys in the locker room, the guys in the locker room did understand how funny it was and kind of wanted it, but they were just like, Cam York is the most improved.
All right, but you have a chance to redeem yourself this year. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Do the funniest thing. Joel Farabee, I'm looking at you. You know what to do.
Yeah, just,
You're funny.
It's not, Sean Couturier is not going to lead the big joke.
No.
But like Joel Farabee, absolutely.
Farabee knows how to lead a joke.
Yes, 100%. All right, Henkel.
Oh, yeah.
So other things going on with this team right now, beyond the trade rumors. I don't know. Does it kind of feel like we're just waiting for something? Like, these games, they've been ridiculous. They keep going to overtime.
Okay, so it's been a lot of fun, but also, could we just win a game in regulation? Just one time.
Just like have a 60-minute game.
One time.
Just play a 60-minute game.
Don't skip the second period. Don't wait until the third to start scoring goals. Like, just win a whole hockey game.
They are
60 minutes, not 65.
They are a truly ridiculous team and have been for some time.
That said, it's been like the games have been fun.
They have been. At least the end of them.
Fun. Yes.
The last half of the third period and the overtime.
Yeah.
Very, very fun.
Fun.
Until that, it was a snooze.
Yeah, but here's the thing about those kinds of games. Like, the previous 55 minutes that I was pissed off watching that game were completely erased when Morgan Frost tied it and then they won it in the overtime. Like, all of a sudden, whole game, fun. That's how it works.
Okay. Yeah. I'll accept that.
Yeah.
Like, I think the Ottawa game was a perfect example of played bad, but it just so happened Ullmark stunk so bad you won. The Nashville game, they weren't dynamic by any means.
No.
But they played well enough to keep it a close game. Like, I don't think it was luck that Nashville only had the 2 goals.
No.
Like, they played well defensively, and then they finally were able to get something going on offense. Thank you, Morgan Frost.
Thank you.
But as ridiculous as they've been, and it has been like decent amount of fun watching the games, does kind of just feel like we're waiting for something to happen with this team. Like, there needs to be something changed about the way this roster is constructed just to get people re-excited about everything that they were excited about to start the year. Yeah. Like, Emile Andre, great. Obviously, Michkov, buy the merch, 30% off. But it just feels like we haven't had, let's, like, a reinvigoration of this roster.
No.
And they need it.
And listen, when these kinds of rumors start kicking up and they're persistent, it's because things are happening behind the scenes. Will a move get made? I don't know. But I feel like at this point, given the amount of rumors and where they're coming from, like, as soon as Friedman starts saying things, they're legit, because he doesn't say things if they're not. So there's definitely, Briere's on the phone. He's making some calls. Is he going to make a move imminently? I don't know. But it's good to know that he's trying to do some stuff, because we know stuff needs to be done. They know stuff needs to be done. It's just a matter of, like, finding the moves that make sense for the team that they can potentially win. Like, we don't want them just making Chuck Fletcher moves just to make moves. Like, as much as, like, I'm joking with Charlie about wanting to do stuff. Like, yeah, I want them to do stuff, but it's got to be good stuff. Yeah. Like, don't just do stuff just to do stuff. So, like, I'm glad that they're starting to at least explore the opportunities that might be out there. And if they work for them, I would expect that he's going to get something done. And, like, as much as we say, like, moves don't really happen this time of year, we have seen some trades. Yeah. We have seen some trades, and I think people, like, GMs might be starting to realize, that American Thanksgiving thing, that means, like, we should probably start making our push around then. Right. If the standings are so important, like, on today and yesterday, then maybe, like, if I'm a point out of the playoffs, I need to do something now and not in March when it's too late. Exactly. So I guess we'll maybe start to see some stuff happen. I sure hope it does. But we are going to see a game happen. It's going to be a good amount of fun. It's Flyers Rangers. Before we wrap up, let's hit this super chat. We have Corey super chats. Hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving. Charlie, you can use the money from the super chat to fund your next Rolex. We won't tell anyone. Go Flyers. Listen, Charlie, he's a highfalutin kind of guy. We got to do everything we can to keep him in his diamonds and furs. Yes. And that is pretty much all the time we have for you on PHLY Flyers Pregame, presented by Coors Light. Visit CoorsLight.com/PHLY Hockey to get Coors Light delivered or find a store near you. You're sitting down, you're watching the game. I bet you're going to do some online shopping. I bet I'm going to do a little too today. You should do yours at our Black Friday sale. That's right. Yo, up store.allcitynetwork.com. Up to 75% off. The entire site, 30% off. And maybe, merch, that's cool. Got to get some gifts or whatever. If you have a hockey fan in your life, the best gift imaginable, it's at allphly.com. It's a trip to Montreal, damn it. You want to go to Montreal with Philly Sports Trips and PHLY.
I'm going. Hinkle's going. Charlie's going. Brenna's going. It's going to be a great time. You don't want to miss it. Brian Prop's going to be there. Tailgate, all-inclusive, all sorts of fun stuff. Go to allphly.com. Check out Philly Sports Trips.
Yes.
Get that special hockey fan in your life a trip
to
the birthplace of the sport. It's going to be a great time.
It's going to be so fun.
It's in April. You got time to save up.
Yep.
But get it now. That'd be a nice thing to give somebody, wouldn't it?
Time to practice your French.
Get that Rosetta Stone.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to talk trash to them in their language.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. It's polite.
All right, that's it. That's the PHLY Flyers pregame presented by Coors Light. I'm Bill Matz. That's Kelly Hinkle. We'll be back for postgame. Charlie's down at the Wells Fargo Center. He'll join us. Until then, let's go Flyers.
We all silly like the mayor.